right. Hello, hello.
Hello.
All right. And audio is all good. So, hi all. This is. I'm not going to jinx us this time because last time I said it was going to be the last stream, and it was definitely not the last stream.
It was 4 hours.
It was 4 hours long. We were suffering so hard by the end.
Literally, my voice was gone, y'all. It was gone.
So, we're not gonna say it's the last stream until we are sure it is the last stream. But we are in the bonus content. So last time we saw the Kanan prequel where she flashed back on her 4-hour plane ride to when Sadaka ended up to be Alfred, who was the original Kanan that Siam trained before the one Maria met. Yeah, there was a lot of... yeah. And she sabotaged the train trying to steal the Wa virus, but Siam used his last moments to save the survivors. Kanan needs Maria to go give her a hug and all the sugar sticks. Yeah, she liked those weird little, like, sugar cigarettes.
Yeah.
That did not need... we did not need to take 4 hours on that, man. I know we talked about that, but...
it felt like a movie.
Yeah.
But a very slow movie.
So slow. Alright, so, we are going back to our pop quiz.
Pop quiz!
Alright. Question 8.
さあどうだ
Maria needs to be let me try that again. Maria needs to be quarantined to prevent this. The answer to this is it's not quarantine. Pandemic.
It's not corona.
It is not.
Yeah.
I read quarantine and went, it's obviously quarantine.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Pandemic.
Pandemonium. Pandemic.
Yay, we did it. All right, whose bonus do we have now?
We have...
Chidi!
Chidi!
You want to take this one? Do we want to swap off, or do you just want me to do all of them? What's up to you?
I mean, I played Chidi, right?
Yeah, because she was mostly in Maria's route.
Yeah, okay. I'll go for her. There are 2 sheets of paperwork here. They're printouts of materials found on some underground internet site. The contents are classified information from Okoshi Pharmaceutical Co. Ltd. In all likelihood, they were leaked from a PC that had been infected with some kind of spyware. Herein are the full details of the dreadful contents of those pages. I didn't do no tongue twisters before this. Analysis results for Chidiko Osuki. Okoshi Pharmaceutical. Research Development Division, top secret handle with care.
What the hell is up with Chidi?
What? Are they studying her, stomach?
Maybe.
Findings. It has been confirmed that a previously unknown enzyme is being produced within the body of Chidiko. What? Oh, okay. Enzyme has been named hypersustenant chidiase after the subject. Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. Facts. The main function of hypersustenant chidiase is the digestion, the breakdown of triglycerides when compared to the enzyme lipase? I'm gonna say lipase.
I think? I might be wrong, though.
Lipase or lipase something.
Something.
Yeah, which possesses... we're not doctors. Same functions, hypersustenant chidiase is capable of breaking down fats far more efficiently without the stimulation of exercise. God, I wish that were me. And is effective. Yes, however, the subject's body fat it's all good. Okay. Preventing excess fat. 40% of her body no longer secretes the enzyme. The trigger for this change is unknown. I bet it is Burning Hammer. Probably. Because she drank a lot of that. Potential business plan, market the enzyme as a diet food plan product. Oh my god, not again. Especially when administered under strict medical protocols, the enzyme should be effective in markedly reducing body fat without need for surgery. Okay. Remarks. Plan 24-hour observation of the subject for a 10-year period.
Oh my god, Chidi.
No, she's gonna be stalked. The reason for hypersustenant chidiase is no longer secreted after body fat drops below 40% to be discerned as soon as possible. Okay. From this paperwork, it is evident that one of Japan's leading pharmaceutical companies is carrying out surveillance of private individuals in secret. That's not cool. Is this constitutional? No. Contents of the second page are even more shocking. I'm scared. Chiriko Osugi, Behavioral Inducement Proposal, Okoshi Pharmaceutical, Research Development Division, Top Secret Handled with Care. I don't know how to feel. General overview. Chiriko Osugi, hereafter the subject, is to have her dietary and exercise habits engineered. Goal, maintain the subject's body weight above 40%. Reasoning, well, according to recent measurements, the subject's body weight is trending downward. The cause of this trend has been established as the subject's growing attention to her own diet. It has also been confirmed that the subject has taken massive doses of the dietary, someone called it burning hammer, that could lead to substantial delays in research into hypersustainant chiriase methods. Further discussion is required to assess ongoing behavioral adjustment methods, but the following have been approved on a temporary basis. In addition, other methods, once deemed effective, should be employed without delay. There's no upper limit to our expenses. Oh god. Given the urgent nature of the situation, progress reports shall be issued directly to the project supervisor. Example. Entice confectionery store operated by 5-star patisserie to open a shop in subject's neighborhood. Tomigaya, yes. Sponsor food products. No, you're good.
There you go.
Sponsor food products with excessive amounts of fat, sugar, and guise of product samples, of course. Provide financial support for or open additional franchise of restaurants touting eat X servings and your meal is free. Host eating contest. Goddamn. Remarks, as a full assessment of hypersustainant chiriase has yet to be completed and hindrances to further research must be eliminated. We also received reports that competing companies are aware of the subject's unique characteristics. Given that 10 years of our company has already spent on the discovery of the subject and research into her unique physiology, the subject must be prevented from weight loss by any means necessary. We must attain a monopoly on hypersustainant chiriase. Wow, that's very intense. These are contents of the 2 pages. Perhaps it's not happenstance that a number of tasty restaurants have popped around Tomigaya recently. And free food samples are frequently available there, often given out on the street. Like Costco. There are regular eating competitions held in Shibuya too. The number of all-you-can-eat restaurants has been expanding. Maybe it's all just part of the plan for Okoshi Pharmaceutical to research a young woman named Chiriko Osugi. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Alright. Did you enjoy our tale of Okoshi Pharmaceutical's mysterious plan? If you're still hungry for more, we've got some new info for you. In Achi's story, during the 13 o'clock time block, a cat creeps into the dark storehouse. Try taking a close look at that scene. Keep those eyes peeled, and see you next time. But we are going to... Alright, so we got that special episode. We are actually going to go on to the next question. Alright, Frank belonged to this section of the Chicago Police Department. Okay, it's bomb and arson, but I don't know how... Let me double... Bomb and arson squad.
Chicago Fire. Not Chicago Fire.
Not... Yeah.
Not this time. Okoshi gets a blank check to probe Chidi for a decade.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Alright. Bomb and arson. Yay, we did it!
Woo! I just love the Tama just there.
Okay, Kuze. Huh? What was that? Kochi Kuze, sitting in his private study, furrowed his brow. The look on his face was much like the one he wore when he made an appeal to Task Force HQ. But his gaze was fixed on his video camera's LCD display. There was his son, Tatsuya, standing on third base, giving a triumphant fist bump. Huh, that's odd. He rewound the videotape a little. Kuze had purchased the video camera to record the tournament his son had competed in. It was able to take footage at full HD with 5.18 channel audio. With a trembling finger, Kuze pressed the play button. I feel like we're moving into like some baseball conspiracy.
Oh yeah.
The footage started playback right at the point where his son hit the ball up between right and center field. That's
Did
it,
you
kiddo. Run, run! Kuze really had heard it. Whose voice was that? Someone alongside him had been murmuring the words as he filmed. Go on and run until your heart gives out, sport. But there hadn't been anyone nearby who spoke in such an excitable, childish register. Otherwise, he'd have known right away who the strange voice belonged to. In the video footage, his son rounded second base. Attaboy, Tats! Keep running! Head for third, champ! The unsettling voice was even louder now. And that Tats in there? It sounded oddly familiar. Just who the heck was this weirdo giving cutesy nicknames to his son? You did it, Tats! Woohoo! Yeah, that's my boy! Huh? My boy? So then that means... Kuze swallowed, his mouth suddenly dry. No, it can't be. That's my voice? Do I really talk like that? Kuze was flabbergasted. No, my voice can't sound that way. The video camera began to shake in his hands. For the first time in his life, Kuze had been made aware of the childish squeaking he made when he got excited. To hell with this! He lifted the camera high above his head, but before he could hurl it against the floor, he reconsidered. No, he couldn't do it. His son's accomplishments were stored inside that camera. Still, he needed to make sure that no one found out about his verbal affectation. If his son heard him sound something like this, Kuze would lose every shred of dignity he had as a father. What should he do? Was there some way he could erase his voice from the tape? He thought desperately for a way. Maybe he could mask it with other sounds in editing? No, that wouldn't work. If we wiped away the crack of the bat and the cheering of the crowd and just replaced it with a musical soundtrack, it would still be pretty awkward. I don't know what to do! Kuze slumped down on the floor, buried his head in a cushion, and kicked his legs up and down, like a true toddler. At this point, he'd have to take the footage to one of the forensics researchers to see if they could do something with it. There'd be disciplinary measures for misuse of lab time if he ever got found out, but risking that was better than letting people discover that he sounded like a hyperactive 12-year-old when he got worked up. Suddenly, the door opened. Dad, let me see that video. Kuze's son strolled into the study. No, I can't do that. Why not? Well, there's this voice. He tried to hide the camera as he rambled. A voice? Oh, that's no big deal. Kuze blinked his eyes in disbelief at his son's words. I came in here earlier and watched part of the footage already. Kuze's jaw dropped. Tatsuya, so then you heard the voice? What voice are you talking about? This time it was his son who blinked his eyes in confusion.
Scared.
Well, so, there's this pretty childish voice. Kuze's son broke out chuckling. Wait, Dad, did you seriously not realize that voice was yours? Huh? Dad, if you're worried about how you sound like a kid sometimes, everyone's known that for a long while. Kuze's jaw gaped even wider. Oh, come on, Tats! You gotta tell me this sort of thing sooner! Alright. And that is the same hint as last time, but did you enjoy the tale of Akoshi Pharmaceuticals' mysterious plan? Alright, we have added that special episode.
Like, sir, you sound like a child. Thank you!
Alright. This person called Maria Osawa at 1957. That would be Kanan. We literally saw that scene last time.
It was very...
Okay.
Oh, so long.
Yay!
Yay! The tone of friendship. Friendship, Tama.
Koichiro Katayama!
It's our boy!
I love this man!
It's our best boy.
It's our absolute best boy.
Oh, 10 out of 10. Love this man.
Am I taking it because I was him, or are you taking it?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think, yeah, you should finish off this beautiful man.
Alright, let's do this. Gotta get back in character. It was coming up on 12 o'clock noon. The hour of the devil, the particular devil known to the support center staff as K. The incoming call light on my phone flashed. I gulped reflexively. Then, taking a deep breath, I hesitantly pressed the accept call button. Thank you for calling Chun Food Service Center. This is Tanabe speaking. This is Katayama from Cho Nippon Printing. I had to swallow back the squeak that tried to rise in my throat. I'd been right on the mark. The phone call was from Kay, indeed. Hello? He asked. Yes, how may I help you today? I'm calling about your instant ramen, salt and chivalry. This again? I sighed inwardly. Katayama had been calling about the same thing for close to a year now. You hardly needed to bother listening to know what he had to say. Why was my ramen still not finished after steeping in hot water for 3 minutes? The noodles were still too hard to be edible. I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. My response was right out of the manual. Would you be able to provide some more details, sir? I continued. I called about the same thing just last week. Did you? My apologies, sir. I tried to keep my voice as chipper as possible. Dealing with Katayama was a nuisance. He was a man driven by logic. Treating him the wrong way could lead to disaster. Some of the staff here had wound up listening to his matter-of-fact complaints for upwards of 12 hours, passing out with their phones still in their hands. Very well. For the sake of accuracy, I suppose I ought to explain again, Katayama said. If you would, sir. First, I peel open the lid. I tear open the seasoning packet and powdered soup base and sprinkle them onto the noodles. I add the hot water, close the lid, and wait 3 minutes, but the noodles are still far too hard. This was a familiar sequence of events. I'd heard it before. Begging your pardon, sir, but are you perhaps beginning to eat before the 3 minutes have passed? Oh god, this man has a pocket watch that gets used more than anything that I have ever owned. I'm pretty sure that he is timing this.
Oh, for sure.
Certainly not. I wait 3 minutes exactly. Are you checking a clock when you do this? Yes. My body's internal clock tells me it's been precisely 3 minutes.
His body clock.
The urge to ask him if he was messing with me grew. Sir, perhaps instead of your internal clock, you might want to try using a clock in your home that you have on hand. I have a personal policy not to use clocks or watches outside of my work. As I'd done before, I fought off the urge to tell him what a ridiculous policy that is. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt just once. Perhaps you should try using an actual clock to track the time, sir. My body's internal clock is accurate. A 3-minute unit of time is not something I would mistake. No. Clearly, you would. You are. You have to be. I wanted to scream. If the product is not properly ready to eat in 3 minutes, that makes it defective.
Oh god.
If it were possible, I would have liked to stick my head through the receiver and watch Katayama's 3-minute timing myself. I imagine the lecture I'd give him when he started eating before 3 actual minutes passed. Then, in my frustration, I had a sudden idea. Sir, perhaps we can check your internal clock against my clock here and test whether there's any discrepancy. Pretty good idea, if I do say so myself. If that will convince you of my claims, then no, I do not mind. Yes! It was time to make this guy eat crow. If there is no discrepancy, however, I expect a proper apology. Now I felt like I'd stirred up a potential hornet's nest. What the hell. There was no way this guy's internal clock would measure 3 minutes on the dot. Alright then, sir, let's begin. I picked up the stopwatch that was on my desk. Internal clock diagnostic. This may be sudden, but here's how we're going to see just how accurate your internal clock is. Exactly 20 seconds after you press the button, a message saying 20 seconds have elapsed will appear on the screen. How precisely can you judge a 20-second interval? Alright, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 20 seconds elapsed. I was at 23, so I sucked at that. So my body's internal. Like, to be fair, I was sitting there counting, and then I think I counted a number twice as well, so I might have been even further.
Yeah, I was probably skipping at some point.
Yeah. What did you get up to?
I want to say about 18, maybe.
Okay. How'd you do? Was your body's internal clock accurate?
I don't know.
I
don't trust myself.
I stare in astonishment at my stopwatch. Well, Katayama asked, his voice composed. 3 minutes exactly, sir. Not a second off. It was impossible. I was trembling. So now do you believe me? My apologies, sir. I hung my head in defeat and heard a stifled chuckle from the other end of the line. Tell your supervisor that your product is defective. And that's when it began. The folks at Toon Foods' product development department began work on a secret project. The project's name? Anti-K. Based on Katayama's incessant calls, a reworked version of Salt and Chivalry was created. The new label the team had devised listed adjustable times based on noodle thickness and desired texture. 2 minutes for hard-boiled or thin noodles. 3 minutes for standard. 4 minutes for soft or thick noodles. That ought to shut Katayama up. The product development team was proud of its creation. Of course, even after the new version of Salt and Chivalry was released, Katayama wound up calling to complain again. But that's another story for another time. I love this man.
Proud of him.
Did you enjoy our charming little look at the daily life of father and son? Obviously something unsynced somewhere. Well, then we've got an exciting little clue for you, kiddo. In Osawa's story during the 1400 time block, Osawa imagines what might happen if the virus spreads through Shibuya. There's an odd command hidden in his imagination there. See you next time. Alright, and I think 11 is the last question. This method was used to crack the laboratory password. I mean, technically it's a brute force. Let me see if that's what... Oh, it was a side channel. I forgot it. So side... And it does require the hyphen. Side channel. Yay!
Yay!
Everything is possible when you cheat.
Exactly.
Alright, Makino, that was you.
That was me. Ah, old man. Hello, we meet again. Suguru Makino's life was one of conflict. Playing factions against each other, crafting subtle interpersonal manipulations. He had done whatever it was necessary to rise up within his company. He even deceived close colleagues and sold out superiors who had helped him on the way up. What a bitch!
This man is obviously a shining example of what not to do.
Yeah. By winning victory after victory on his chosen battlefield, he had managed to become corporate director at Akoshi Pharmaceutical. Wrong! Fully! But he still needed to remain alert. If he let his guard down, he'd soon let his position to the next guy who came along. To keep his finger on the pulse of industry politics, he always made a point of putting in an appearance at functions he was otherwise disinclined to attend. I mean, okay, I kind of feel that. I hate parties. I mean, mood. Executive Director Makino, you simply must come along with me to this place I've found. It's got a bunch of cuties I'm sure you'll be smitten with.
Ew.
Cringe. Okay, on this particular occasion, Makino's companion was a fellow who became a real nuisance once he got some liquor in him. Don't we all? The director wordlessly replied, "A simple deep furrowing of the brow." Oh, no, Mr. Makino, don't worry, I know you test that sort of thing, I really do, but this isn't going to be like that. It won't be like what? Even after drinking heavily, Makino never lost his composure. But he'd learned early in his career that acting drunker than he was often led to gleaning valuable information. Wow. So he let himself sway a little bit as he spoke. Well, why not come with the understanding that you'll be surprised? I promise you, sir, you will not regret it. Yes, he will. Spoiler alert. Makino had half a mind to spit it in the guy's drunken face in hopes it would shock some sense into him. Nonetheless, he was interested in the technology the man's company possessed. Like it or not, he was along for the ride. Well, if you put it that way. Hey, taxi! The man called out without waiting for Makino to finish his reply. Cab promptly stopped to pick him up. Makino had assumed he'd been heading to some popular hotspot like Ginza or Roppongi, but instead his companion directed the cab towards the suburbs. Aha! Here we are! I don't know what voice this is, but Makino was dumbfounded by the sight of their destination. Got out of the car in front of the dingy, multi-tenant building with no signage out on front. Surely he had been brought someplace illegal. With a wary eye, he looked over at his companion.
Is this a hostage situation?
I hope so.
Asking for a friend.
Blink twice if you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll like this place. The man opened the door. Peering curiously inside, Makino blinked in disbelief. I hope it's not like that one scene in Devilman Crybaby. Oh my god. Hope it's not. What the hell? The interior design scheme was typical of an upscale cafe, aside from the fact that there were cats all over the place. Oh my god, it's
this
a
is
cat
amazing.
Cafe. Holy shit. What is this place? This is a cat cafe. Meow meow. The man replied proudly. Cat cafe. Meow meow. Makino echoed the words reflexively as he tried to process what he was saying. Isn't it cute? The man beamed broadly. Oh my. Makino felt a big bright smile coming on. Oh shit, here we go. No, he mustn't. Hate kitties. He quickly suppressed the urge. Makino was extremely fond of cats. Due to his wife's allergies, however, he hadn't been able to keep one of his own. Director Makino is not really your thing. The man had taken hold of one chubby cat's forepaws, causing to feel like a lucky cat statue. No, I certainly don't dislike it. Makino managed to keep his poker face up. May I ask how you knew I liked cats? I saw the framed photo of a cat that you have in your office. I see. That old silly old thing. Still maintaining his aura of calm, Makino stroked a fluffy calico's back. No, not like that, Mr. Makino. You need to pet more gently. Like it when you rub your underneath the chin. I am well aware of that. Makino suppressed his initial response and instead offered a curt, alright. Screech, rub, screech, rub. The calico let out a throaty hum of contentment as Makino's fingers got fussily under its chin. Oh my god, it's so cute! Too cute! Holy shit, I'm living my best life right now. Makino had a mind to go down on the floor and start rolling around. Pardon us! Pardon us! The two young men. Seemingly, the managers approached, taking care not to try down any of the cats. How many cats are there? Holy shit. Special court. Oh wait, the special course you requested is ready. Let's go, Mr. Makino. Makino's companion joyfully hopped to his feet. What a nerd. What is the specialty course? It's secret. You might get a little dirty, so take off whatever clothes you can. Take off my clothes? What for? What in the world are you planning on doing with these cats?
I'm scared for these cats right now.
I'm scared for the cats. I'm not scared for them. Makino felt an unsettling mix of anticipation and unease. Hesitantly, he followed the others into a tiny private room. Just step inside and feel free to lie down and relax. With that, the managers departed. As per his companion's instruction, Makino stripped down to his briefs and tank. After flopping down on the floor, he could hear excited voices coming from the room next door. Oh no! Ah, yes, amazing! What? Was the whole cat cafe thing just a front from some licentious backroom business? That he'd been tricked? He needed to get his clothes back on right away. Sorry to keep you waiting. Abruptly, the door opened and one of the managers poked his head in. Oh, that was the man. Okay, let's begin. This made me a bit ticklish, but please try to relax as much as possible and don't move too much. Manager gently set the cat. He was holding atop Makino's abdomen. And another on his chest. One in the crook of his arm. Then one on each thigh.
Look, I want to be buried in cats. This sounds like the perfect thing.
You know what? I don't lie. Like, please bury me in cat. If that's the way I go, that's the way I go.
I know.
Wait, so then this is... Yes, it's every cat lover's dream. The manager grinned brightly. This is a special course. The cat futon. Before he knew it, Makino's entire body was engulfed in more cats than he could count. Oh my god.
I want this.
The joyful sigh escaped his lips. Now finally Makino knew who he truly was. Conflict was never what he truly wished for. He wanted something fluffier, softer, warmer. This is heaven. Everything I ever wanted is right here. Makino was enraptured. Who wrote this? The cats on top of him occasionally milled about, purring and shifting position. Whenever they did, Makino would let out a tiny breath tinged with pleasure. Oh, kitty, 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 this is weird. Suguru Makino, age 59, executive director of a Koji Pharmaceutical, a man who had enemies both inside and outside his company. A man who sometimes contended with the nation itself. Hobbies included the cat futon.
Look, my hobbies would absolutely include the cat futon too.
Holy shit, what did I just read?
Did you enjoy our tale of the cutthroat behind-the-scenes world of product development? Now it's time to give you some choice information that's just common decency. In Achi's story in the 1400 time block, there's a scene inside Gaigo where Achi takes a punch from a debt collector. Take a good hard look right before that scene and see what happens. Keep your eyes peeled and see you next time.
Now that I know the cat futon exists, I
need that.
Experience that for myself. Although I don't think I'm gonna take my clothes off for that. Like, why would I need to? I'll just wear clothes that I'm okay with getting fluff all over.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like sweats or something.
Okay,
like...
so we have completed all of the quiz. Yay! So now we can go in and start looking at those ones that we got the hints for. And I'm going to use the internet because, unsurprisingly, I do not remember all of them. Okay, so back to main story. Osawa 1230. Let's see, time chart.
I want the cat futon.
I know.
Be real. Is it real? I hope it's real.
I have no idea if it's real. I just, that's all I want.
Yeah. Honestly. If I was buried in cats, I would just say thank you.
I know, right? Okay, so. And we're looking for, oh my, is that really all you have to say, sir?
You find it.
Okay, so we can see this a little bit better now. So you can see that the camera is very slowly panning. If we let it pan all the way, and I guess I can keep talking. Eventually, we'll get to see a code, and usually, like when you're playing through, you wouldn't see the code normally. I have the code over here. It's just that we're gonna see if we can see the code once it gets all the way over. And we're stalling, and we're stalling.
So how was everyone's weekend?
I know.
I literally spent my whole day painting a giraffe. How about you guys? Listen, that giraffe took a while. Like, you think it's easy to draw giraffes, and then you try it, and then you're like, shit, this shit's hard. Like, okay, like high key, when I was doing the giraffe, I was like, okay, I was debating with myself, are its spots supposed to be brown or orange? Because they look either way to me. I can never tell, so I tried to do a little bit of both. Like orangish brown. Yeah. So hard, man.
It's very hard.
Shout out to all you giraffe lovers out there.
Hmm. At least you were, like, actually, how do you say it? Productive today. I was not. Ooh, we have something.
I mean,
We have something.
Oh, hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello? Is that
Looks
it?
like that is our code.
That looks like a hieroglyph.
I mean, we're gonna let it go all the way over.
You know how, like, in ancient Egypt where they had, like, somebody's name and it was circled or something and there were symbols? Yeah, it looks like that. What the hell is that thing?
I think that's Mean Clean. Remember?
Oh my god.
That's Achi's little thing on his shirt.
Oh my god.
Because remember, we're doing this so that we can get the Mean Clean ending.
Oh, that's true.
He's so cute. I love him.
He's baby.
Alright, I think it has stopped moving, so... Da-da-da-da!
Oh my god.
Kajiwara!
He's like, peace. You found me. Oh, that's me, damn it.
That's you.
Kajiwara looked across the interrogation room table at the robbery suspect who sat opposite. Please, the detective said. All I ask is that you tell me what you know. What is it for me if I do? The suspect leaned back in his seat and crossed his arms, smug look on his face. Casual observer glancing in the door would have had trouble deciding who was interrogating whom. Oh wow. Less experienced detective would probably have blown a fuse. But not me. I'm a honey badger. What's in it for you, huh? Kajiwara remained as detached as ever. Over years of interrogation practice, he developed a laid-back, low-pressure style. Well, if you don't give me anything, I'm just gonna have to keep talking. By now, the back and forth had been going on for quite some time. Kajiwara stole a glance at his wristwatch. It was after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I know you didn't have lunch, so I bet you're hungry. Here, eat up. Detective produced a deep-fried curry bun from his pocket. What don't you have in your pocket at this point?
But
my god.
Karepan.
Karage, wait, is it like the karage, the pocket karage?
Yeah, there you go.
That's probably gonna be produced next from everybody.
There you go.
Okay. Man eyed it dubiously. Would you prefer a banana? Asked Kajiwara. Please don't. The man cracked a faint smile as he accepted the curry bun. Sure, it's okay doing this. Why wouldn't it be? Isn't this an under-the-table bribe to get me to incriminate myself? What if I testify in court and I was coerced into giving a confession? Then I'll bill you for the curry bun. With tax. It comes to 280 yen. Suspect was taken aback. 280 yen? Isn't that kind of expensive? They're handmade from my favorite bakery. Waited in line myself to buy them this morning. Kajiwara took another curry bun from his pocket for himself. What? The two of them ate in silence, a temporary cessation of hostilities. Need something to drink? The detective produced the card, and I'm like, what the fuck? How deep is your pocket?
This man is a small vending machine.
What the fuck? He's secretly a vending machine. Oh my god, that reminds me. Have y'all seen that one anime, Coffee Samurai? It's literally what that's about. Anyway, yeah, it's a samurai, but it's a coffee machine. Long story. Look it up. I hate milk. Gives me indigestion. I see. Kajiwa reached back into his pocket, this time pulling out a cup. Whoa. Hey, hold up. The man's expression turned quizzical. What is this? It's a vessel you use for drinking beverages. No, I know what a cup is. Kajiwara pulled a teapot out of his pocket. It was filled with scalding hot black tea. This shouldn't upset your stomach. Go on, have a cup. Seriously, hold on. Oh, are you not familiar with black tea then, either? No, that's not it. The man slammed his hand on the table and glared back at Kajiwara. What the hell was with your pockets? How much stuff do you have packed in there? How much? Shall we see? Kajiwara reached a hand into a pocket. He proceeded to pull out a comb, a handheld video game, some rice crackers, a screwdriver, folding umbrella, a stuffed Tama plush. Wait. The man waved his arms in agitation. How the heck do you have so much stuff in there? It's quite convenient, really. That's not the point, the man shouted. The interrogation room door opened and another policeman stuck his head in. Detective Kajiwara, may I have a moment? From the look on the officer's face, Kajiwara surmised at once what was going on. There was no case. He stepped out of the briefing room and his colleague explained the situation. We received a tip off that that a wanted individual has checked into Shibuya Central Hospital under an assumed name. Leaving the robbery suspect to another detective, Kajiwara prepared to head to the scene. When he got to the motor pool, however, he found that all of the squad cars had been taken out. Without much of another choice, he hopped onto a bicycle, took a rotating police light from his pocket and set it in the bike's basket, like a champ. Then he pedaled away at top speed.
Adapt, overcome.
Upon arriving at the hospital, Kajiwara hurried into the lobby. He scanned the area looking for a suspect. The individual in question was 180 centimeters tall, weighed 90 kilos, and had a big scar on near one eye. So, Scar from The Lion King. Kajiwara recalled hearing that he was a former rugby player. His colleague, Detective Kano, had been a rugby player too, from what Kajiwara had seen. Most rugby players were quite physically capable. This arrest would require some finesse. Aha! The detective nearly voiced his surprise out loud. A large-statured man was sitting on one of the sofas in the lobby. Surely Kajiwara couldn't have gotten so lucky right off the bat. He quietly approached and peered at the man's face. The fellow had a big scar near his eye. There's no doubt about it. He was a one man. Excuse me, Kajiwara said calmly. The suspect stared then, lunged forward, and gave him a powerful shove. The man was even stronger than Kajiwara had imagined. The detective went sprawling onto the lobby floor. The man took off running. It was remarkably quick for someone who was supposed to be sick. Once he made it outside, he snatched Kajiwara's bicycle and zoomed away. Damn it! The detective pulled a skateboard from his pocket and went, what the fuck?
This man is Mary Poppins.
What? Yeah, wow. This is a story. Culprit took a look back over his shoulder. His jaw dropped in astonishment. He sped into a nearby parking garage. Evidently, he had some sort of remote control because the shutter dropped down to close the entrance behind him. What the heck? Taking a chainsaw from his pocket, Kajiwara cut through the steel shutter like it was paper. What? Then he stepped aside and he saw the suspect was taking the elevator to the rooftop. By the time Kajiwara reached the rooftop himself, the man had hopped over the guard fence and leapt to the building next door. I can't even. The crook grinned at him, his face flushed with triumph. There was a good 6-meter gap between the buildings. Hajiwara would never be able to make that jump. Aha! I just got the thing from his pocket. He's Inspector Gadget at this point. Detective pulled a long rope with a grappling hook on one end. Hurling the hook with all his strength, he hooked it onto the fence of the adjoining building. Yeah! Unleashing his battle cry, the detective jumped and swung to the next building. The suspect was dumbstruck as Kajiwara stood before him. I think that's enough of this little game of tag, Kajiwara said, but there was still a glint of defiance in the criminal's eyes. He crouched low, shoulders hunched and arms at the ready. It looked like he was about to lunge into a rugby tackle. Kajiwara couldn't stand up to a head-on charge from someone that big. He might well go careening over the edge of the roof and splatter on the concrete far below. Should he dodge aside then? No. If this guy was a rugby player, that would be no easy feat. The culprit stared him down, then began to rush forward. Dodging wasn't an option. Neither was bearing the brunt of the impact. It was left only one thing. I'm scared. Aha! Kajiwara pulled a hose from his pocket. It was the kind used by fire engines. 50 no. What is happening? In diameter. I can't take this. Just before the criminal could land the tackle, the limp hose suddenly plumped up. Where's the water coming from?
His pocket.
What? A torrent of water gushed forth. Is this an anime? The burly man was blasted backward as if he were an empty paper bag.
I mean, remember that Kajiwara had the comic or the manga made after him. It was mentioned in one of Osawa's route.
Yeah. Inspector Kajiwara. Woo woo. There's more where that came from. Kajiwara continued to unload water on the man, battering him into unconsciousness. Then he looked down at the culprit, lying there on the rooftop, and quietly shook his head. If he hadn't tried to resist, none of this would have been necessary. Kajiwara himself was drenched head to toe in water. He reached into his pocket for his handkerchief. His hand stopped. Kajiwara sighed and shook his head. Of all days to forget his handkerchief. Really? You had all of that. And you don't have your... Wow.
Yep.
I feel a type of way.
Alright, so we have that. Let's see, 1235, Osawa. A father asking for help. Select answer A.
Ace Attorney, he would definitely have the entire court record in his pocket.
He really would.
Hmm. No, I want them to do a Japanese remake of Inspector Gadget and cast Kajiwara's actor as Luffy.
Okay, so last time, so if you remember in Osawa's route, early on, he meets, crap, what's his name? His daughter's name is Hana, Toyama. And originally we said that we were just going to ignore him. In order to get this one, we have to actually go through, option A. So, Osawa decided to hurry and call the police. His first thought was to alert one of the detectives in his home, but now there was no time to interfere with their investigation. Look, I'm calling the police, he said. He took his cell phone from his pocket.
No, don't, please. I just need somewhere safe right now.
I'm not sure what else I could possibly do.
Well, nothing, I guess. Never mind. I understand.
The man bowed quickly to Osawa and then grabbed his daughter by the hand and ran off. The two had just rounded the corner when a pair of thuggish-looking men came running from the other end of the street. Okay, and I think... Okay. Nope, gotta keep going.
You see a guy and his daughter around here? They should have come by this way.
There was a hint of menace in his voice. Osawa feigned ignorance. Don't think so. No.
Come on, Yuzuru, let's go.
said the older man. Replied the other. The two men dashed off in the direction the father and daughter had gone. Osawa watched until the two men were gone, then headed back inside the house. Maybe by now Kajiwara would be willing to oblige him and get out of his room. Osawa groaned inwardly when he got back to his study. You're still here?
Yes, sir. I was told to keep my eyes on you after all.
Believe me, it shows.
Mr. Osawa, if you're going to go outside, I'd appreciate it if you let me know first.
What? Had Kajiwara realized he'd snuck out of the house?
Yes, but more importantly...
Kajiwara reached back into his suit pocket.
Want a banana? I've been meaning to give this to you.
He held out a small plastic bag. Inside was a scrap of paper of some sort. What's that? Osawa asked.
This is what was clogging the toilet, sir.
With some hesitation, Osawa took hold of the bag. Huh? That's...
The passenger's name here is listed as Kenji Osawa.
In the plastic bag was a plane ticket, specifically the one for his upcoming flight to the U.S. the following week. He'd left it out on the deck. How had it wound up getting flushed down the toilet?
This looks like it's pretty important, sir.
Kajiwara
I must say, it's pretty careless of you to accidentally flush it.
A wry sort of smile came to his face.
Although,
The detective added,
I suppose the question of who flushed it is another matter entirely?
Osawa was at a loss for words. Someone had tried to flush his plane ticket on purpose. He was sure of it.
Dun, dun, dun.
He knocked on the door to Ai's room, but there was no response. It didn't look like she'd gotten back home yet. Osawa let himself in.
Tick tock, make it pop.
Okay, we're gonna skip some of this stuff because we've seen it. I flushed the ticket.
And they angry.
Yep.
They angry at each other.
There was this gold cigarette lighter. Just when had I picked up smoking, Osawa picked up the lighter and set it on the shelf next to the bed. He started out of the room, but it stopped as he noticed the scrapbook on the bookshelf. Blah, 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 blah. Open it. If you notice, the cigarette lighter had an M on it for Mamoru Tanaka. I want to make sure that I am... Oh, okay, so I need to go to 1240. Is it 1240? Oh, Kano. 1240. Pincer attack. Okay, so... And we're looking for weight up. Da-da-da-da-da. And if you remember correctly, because we chased them off, Toyama is gonna come over here. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on.
Thugs. The thugs are here.
Okay, come on. Where is Wada? We're watching all of this, going, what the hell? Guy with the briefcase is gonna make a run for it. Alright, and you can see we have our sliding thingy. And we're going to ignore all of that. Alright, Hana Toyama. We both played Hana.
I guess I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps growing up means having to give up some things.
It's no fun playing with you, Hana. Go home.
She'd probably never been able to forget those words, even when she had grown to adulthood. Hana Toyama loved playing hide and seek. None of her friends could find her when she was hiding. Or seeking. And on the rare occasion when she was it, she found everyone surprisingly fast. When it came to hide and seek, Hana was the best of the best. One might say she had an exceptional talent. In time, however, that talent turned into resentment. Her outstanding knack for the game made hide and seek pretty boring. Nobody could find her when she was hiding, and nobody stood a chance of hiding from her when she was it. And how could that possibly be fun for anyone? It's no fun playing with you, Hana. Go home! Some random bitch said. Anyway, anyone whose best friend said something like that would feel pretty wounded. How about I go easy on you then? Hana said to her pal Rico. I don't want to go. I don't want anyone to go easy. We'll have more fun if you're gone, so just go home.
Poor kid.
Oh, shit. Wow. After that, Hana didn't play with her friends anymore. If she could bear up alone, she thought the rest of them would enjoy themselves more. And besides, she never wanted to hear anyone tell her to go home again. Her father never made it back from work until late in the night. This left Hana to spend long afternoons and evenings by herself at home. Around this time was when she started writing poetry to help fill with the time. And then this one great lady picked it up, and then I got rich! Okay. But as for her hide and seek aspirations, those took a sharp turn one day at lunchtime. Oh man, the kid who just transferred into the class next door is amazing! Shigeo, one of the most excitable boys in Hana's class, was pressed up close to the classroom window. Yeah, I don't know what voice this is. Man, look how awesome his reflexes are! Pointed out into the schoolyard. The boys from the class next door were playing dodgeball. One of the teams was down to just a single player. Oh wow, the new kid's the last one left! The opposite. Well, I don't know what's happening with my voice. Supposing the team was doing its best and pelt the new student with rubber balls. He managed to avoid them all with nimble ease. Shigeo wasn't the only one held captive by the new kid's performance. Oh no, he's hot! Soon a whole flock of schoolchildren had crowded up to the window. Caught up in the flow of the crowd, Hana found herself standing by the windowsill. I hear he was a hide and seek champion back in his old school. Hana perked up. Oh shit. They say he can fight anyone in under 5 minutes. Classroom let out a collective wow of astonishment. Hitting an under 5 minute mark was pretty impressive. For Hana to get a similar time, she knew she'd need to go all out. I heard that he's gonna make himself a hide and seek legend here at the school too, Shigeo chirped. No, he can't, Hana shouted. Before she could think better herself, the classroom fell silent at the abrupt outburst. He, he, he can't be hide and seek champion. Hana could be stubborn in her own way. She wasn't going to let someone else with the title of hide and seek. Wow, what's happening with my tongue today, champ? If she wasn't part of the games, but Hana couldn't ask to play hide and seek with the other kids anymore. Putting her foot down now wasn't gonna do any good. Maybe you wanted to let him know that then, Hana. This time it was none other than Rico. Oh wait, it's Rico's the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe you want to tell him now, huh, Hana? This time, I don't know. This time it was none other than Rico who had spoken. Let's play hide and seek again. We can invite the new kid to play. Hana could hardly have asked for a better suggestion. All right, I'll go up against the new kid. Hana's eyes gleamed with almost a feral determination. The competitive spirit that had locked away had escaped out into the open. And if I win, we'll know who's the real hide and seek champion is. What's the kid's name?
Woo! Go, Taro! That was amazing, Taro!
It was Shigeo, his face pressed against the window, calling out unthinkingly, Taro, that bitch is going down. Several days later, the children assembled in the park after school. Hana and Taro, along with Shigeo and Riko, stood in a circle. I heard about you,
Taro said with a challenging sneer. I don't know, is that a boy? That's a boy, right?
Yeah.
That's a boy. Damn it, okay. I heard about you. Hana, huh? That's a dumb name. That's rich coming from someone named Taro. That's a boba flavor. Hana shot back. This is fair and square, guys, Riko said, keeping her tone nice and reasonable. Riko could hardly contain his excitement. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Blah! What's blah? Why? Okay. The rules were simple. Riko and Shigeo were it. Whoever was able to stay hidden longer, Hana or Taro, would win a point. If either Hana or Taro were it, the other would win a point if they managed to be the last player found. Children snicker. Taro snickered. Try not to cry when I win, okay? You might want to start thinking of excuses for when you lose, Hana replied. Oh! You know that one meme where a bunch of people are like, oh, yeah, that. The four used the rock, paper, scissors to decide who would be it. Shigeo has such a crush on Taro. I mean, I bet. Each time Shigeo would blurt out, oh, wow! Hana was just about to suggest they split into two groups of two, then the stalemate broke. Oh, wow! Shigeo alone had thrown something different, and so it was time for the first round. Hana employed a hiding while moving tactic, skillfully shifting position to stay in Shigeo's blind spots. She still didn't sense Taro anywhere nearby. While she stayed hidden, wondering just where he could be, a rock came hurtling through the bushes right in front of her. Oh shit! Hearing the rustling sound, Shigeo came running in Hana's direction. Oh wow, I found you, Hana! Ah! Shigeo's voice broke into a falsetto. Oh, okay. Ah! As he shouted. Wait, did Taro do that? Hana huffed to herself, still vexed by the... Yes, little boys can sound very, very high-pitched if you give them a chance. It's really obnoxious. Anyway, I've experienced it. It's so... Hide and seek became a much more complex affair after a player had mastered a few tricks. My voice is going everywhere. Hana's hiding while moving technique was one of them. Another such trick was to throw a rock far away from yourself in order to draw the seeker's attention away. Tara must have done that. The side effect was that Hana had gotten caught. Hana could tell she wasn't going to be able to coast through this competition. If she let her guard down, she'd wind up losing. She had to change her approach. Victory would be hers. She was not going to give her spot to the school's hide-and-seek champion. A new fire burned in her eyes. This is mine. This is my turf. Bitch. It was time for the second round. Once again, Shigeo wound up it after losing rock, paper, scissors. Things were quite different than they'd been in the first round. Right from the outset, Hana and Taro resorted to rock throwing. Shigeo was easily misdirected by the sound of the stones landing here and there. Come on, guys, this is dangerous! Riko exclaimed, standing up from the grass after a rock whizzed by her. And winding up first to get caught. Then afterwards, a clumsy misstep on Taro's part settled the round. He was about to throw another rock when he accidentally stepped on a dry stick with a loud crack. Found you, Taro! Woohoo! Now, it was 1-2. After that, the competition became steady back and forth between the two. With each new round, the winner and loser kept switching off, with no clear victor emerging. Shigeo and Riko were starting to get fed up with things, and so it was decided the next round would be winner take all to settle the match.
No way I'm gonna lose. Hana vowed inwardly. One final round. Taro was it. Taro closed his eyes and began counting. 1, 2, 3. The others scattered at once. Hana quickly hid herself in the bed of a truck parked along the road that bounded one edge of the park. Oh my god, please don't get run over shit. 8, 9, 10. Taro finished counting and stood up. This is
Yeah, I
what
thought this was
children
gonna
sound like.
happen.
Holy shit, just then the truck's engine revved up. Oh fuck! Huh? Truck took off with Hana still on board. No!
And it is continuing. Teruo Toyama's episode.
Shit.
Alright, I think we have time for one more tonight.
And that's how she got accidentally kidnapped.
Yeah. So really quick, I gotta go back to Osawa and change that answer. So that then Kano can, you know, not die and we can save Shibuya.
Taro turns into hide and dodgeball to cheat.
Alright, so we're gonna help them evade. Go hide in my shed. I promise it's not it's not something bad or something.
Adult women often voice little boys in anime, so this is unsurprising. Listen, I need to practice that.
Alright,
That was good practice.
back up. Alright, 1340 Maria. Maria, 1340. What to do with the cat suit? Oops. Select answer A. Then go to 1350 Achi. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of the costume, whatever it takes. It's time I skin this cat. The exact origin of the phrase, there's more than one way to skin a cat, is uncertain and a matter of some dispute, although it appears to have arisen in the latter part of the 19th century. It's hard to imagine why anyone would want to conjure up such a gruesome mental image.
Poor kitty.
I need to get rid of this costume, whatever it takes. I take hold of the head in both hands and yank it upward as hard as I can. Uh-huh. Please tell me I'm not just imagining things. The head feels a whole lot looser than it did before. If I give it a good enough push, then maybe... Hurrah! It comes off! I did it! I slip out of the rest of the cat costume and gleefully abandon it as I head for the knick-knack shop. Alright, so that's going to give us our keep out. So let's go talk to Achi. At 1350. Senju Osawa cat. So, blah blah blah. Maybe I could apologize. We're stuck in that storeroom. Nope, not that.
Children are like, I want to be the very best. No one ever was. About hide and seek and everything else.
It's very important.
It is very life-threatening and important. Like, what if the fate of the world rests in your hands?
Mm-hmm.
Like, card games and stuff. Damn.
Okay, Bombay.
I think the only definitive... Like, I've voiced little boys before. I didn't want to do my Yuma voice because that one's terrifying. If I tried to do my Yuma voice all of a sudden, it would just be like this. It's like, yeah! Very obnoxious. My 13-year-old boy. Very weird. I love my Yuma voice though. I dare not do Black Star, not at this hour. I can do Black Star from Soul Eater, it's kind of scary.
Alright, Kenji Osawa. Okay, I think we need to make this jump.
Jumpity jump! So, Dad, there's this guy. He real cute.
Oh shit, it's Kajiwara again. Wait, what are we looking for?
The cat had both hands stuffed into its pockets. So we need to find the cat first.
Oh, let's find that cat. There's a lot of cats in this video game.
There is.
Not that I'm complaining, I love cats, I'm a cat person.
Blah, 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 blah. She's moving around. Blah, 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 blah. I will say, this guide could have been a little better on this one.
Yeah.
But admittedly, trying to figure out what it means without knowing what it has changed.
True.
There's a bug.
There's gonna be a bug on the screen?
No. No, this is the part where they realize there's a listening device in there.
Oh, okay, I'm that kind of bug. I'm like, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry.
Alright. Come here. Nope. Maybe that wasn't it. Achi Kenji Osawa / cat. What does that mean? Okay, so obviously, Kenji Osawa / cat. The
It's
cat.
not my shit.
Okay. Maybe it's just a cat. I think I need to stay here. Blah, 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 blah. Someone in the cat suit going to walk in? Oh my god! The door swung open with a loud creak. In stepped a cat.
Oh, kitty.
Oh, it's just a kitty cat. A giant kitty cat walking upright. Achi and Hitomi stared in confusion as someone in a cat costume slipped into the room. There was something vaguely sinister about the fuzzy figure. The cat had both hands stuffed into its pockets, and it shuffled as it walked, dragging one leg. Alright, there we go. Alright, who we got this time? Taku Okado. Neither one of us played him, so I guess I will. I see you every day. I see you almost every day, it feels like. I wonder if you're aware of that. No, I'm certain you haven't noticed me. You're probably no more aware of me than you are of a stone on the side of the road. But I can't just sit here and say nothing. Not any longer. Please go out with me. I'm very serious. Please give me your response. Your secret admirer. As he finished up his love letter, Taku Okado let out a deep breath. After hours of racking his brain, he'd succeeded in spewing his honest feelings onto the page. The letter might have made him come off as something of a stalker, but hey, that was part of the charm. The important thing was that she knew how strong his feelings were. Okado worked at a convenience store close to Shibuya Station. A month prior, he happened to meet a young woman out in front of the shop, and he'd fallen for her at first sight. She didn't have the bearing of an office worker. She must have been a college student, he'd decided. After that first encounter, she came by nearly every day at 12:15 p.m. to buy lunch. A raisin sandwich and a coffee milk. That was her usual. On the rare occasion that she bought strawberry milk instead, Okada would worry that something bad might have happened. But despite their regular meetings across the counter and the yearning looks he always gave her, theirs had remained the relationship of employee and customer. Resolved to change that, Okado had decided to pen the love letter. Please do not do this to anyone who is, watching this going, that's a good idea. It's not.
No.
He needed to become a man before his 23rd birthday. Now the issue was timing. When should he hand over the letter? Should he give it to her when she came to the register to pay? No, that was too risky. If the manager spotted him, he'd be in for a world of trouble. Should he go after her once she'd left the shop then? No, that was a no-go too. If he left the register unmanned, he could wind up getting fired for it. What was the right move then? As he pulled at his hair trying to think of something, he was hit with a flash of inspiration. When he was bagging her items, he could slip the letter in along with them. That way, it wouldn't draw unwanted attention from the manager or the other customers. He did a little dance there in his room, rather pleased with his idea. And soon enough, the time came for him to put his plan into action. Okado had been acting nonchalant all through his morning shift. He greeted customers in a more lively tone than usual. There was even a legitimate note of appreciation when he told them thank you after they were done shopping. And then she came into the shop. The place was bustling with customers who'd come in to buy lunch. The young woman arrived right on schedule. With raisin sandwich and coffee milk in hand, she walked over to the register counter. It was only then that Okado realized the flaw in his plan. The shop had 2 registers. There was only a 50-50 chance that she'd queue up at his. This one. Come to this line. Okado tried to guide her with his thoughts, but the young woman got in the line for the other register. Well, it's not much, but I guess I'll grab one of these triangle packs of milk. Oh, that was a man. A man in a trench coat picked up one of the small beverage packages and approached Okado's register. Maybe I should give up for today and try again tomorrow. But no sooner had the thought come than another voice welled up within him. Why do you always give up so easily? Are you going to be satisfied just gazing at her from afar forever? Don't you want to change your life? Isn't that why you wrote that love letter in the first place? The fires of determination blazed forth in Okado's eyes. Whoops, I tripped! He blurted a bit too obviously, bumping into the cashier next to him. The impact sent the money inside the register scattering across the floor. His coworker grumbled in irritation as he bent down to start picking up coins. His ruse had been a success. Pardon me, Okado called out. Next customer in line, please. The young woman switched over to the line for his register. The plan was back on track. The man in the trench coat stepped up to the counter. Okado was a mask of calm as he scanned the barcode for the customer's milk. By the way, I have one question, the man said. That'll be 105 yen. The young woman was in line right behind this guy. Same as always, she didn't look Okado's way. You guys still sell strawberry milk here? Okado took the man's money. Exact change, I see. He looked over and saw that the young woman had her usual raisin sandwich and coffee milk in hand. I used to be a big fan of that stuff, you see. Thank you very much, sir. Next customer. Soon, she would be right in front of him. The bag with the love letter inside had already been prepared, there underneath the counter. All he had to do was slip the raisin sandwich and coffee milk inside, and it'd be mission accomplished.
God.
Your total comes to 284 yen, Okado said with a slight lilt. The young woman flashed a faint smile. She pulled a 1,000 yen bill from her wallet. All right, this was it. Okado went to grab the bag with the love letter inside. Oh, that's all right, the young woman said. I don't need a bag. What?
Mhm.
Okado stammered like a complete imbecile. But without a bag, your stuff. The woman unslung a bag of her own from under her arm. It was a reusable, eco-friendly shopping bag.
Hell yeah.
A reusable bag? But how come all of a sudden you... Okado stammered. The woman smiled brightly. I care an awful lot about the environment. She placed the item she'd purchased into the bag, then briskly departed from the shop. Okado crumpled the love letter in his hand and let out a big, dreary sigh. Sorry, buddy.
Get.
All right. I think we're gonna end there for tonight. So I guess it's a good thing we didn't call this the final stream.
Yeah.
Do we want to see how this plays out?
Sure. What is different? Like, I don't.
So last time it was the man with the cane that came in, and then we shoved him in the storeroom. Obviously, now we have someone in a cat suit in here.
Hmm.
So, considering the fact that he's still dragging one leg, I'm gonna guess it's Tateno still in there, but why the hell is he in a cat suit?
Yeah. I don't think he'd be the type to do that, so that's kind of weird.
You think that's someone with the theater troupe? Achi whispered.
Maybe?
The two huddled in the shadows, pressed almost cheek to cheek. They watched as the cat rifled around in one of its pockets and then pulled something out. It was a bundle of keys, no doubt the ones it had used to get inside. Achi's eyes fixed on the furry mitt that held them. It was stained dark red.
Oh no.
That could only be one thing. Blood. In that moment, Achi finally realized just what was going on.
Killer cat on the loose.
That's no theater guy. It was the assassin. He'd used the cat suit to slip past the theater people and had somehow gotten his hands on the storeroom keys. Now he tossed the keys away, then delicately adjusted the costume's wobbly head. Hitomi, we gotta run.
Huh?
Hitomi seemed frozen, mesmerized.
Oh god.
Sir, why are you eating people?
This is really creepy. Holy shit, I'm gonna have nightmares.
The cat turned directly towards them. The fur around its mouth was stained crimson.
No.
Hitomi let out a high-pitched cry of shock. The cat drew its other hand out of its pocket.
He has a gun.
Clutched in its mitt was a gun. Achi and Hitomi had nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. And we have hit a bad end, obviously. What's up with the cat? Disguised in the cat costume, the killer managed to corner Achi and Hitomi. But where did he get that costume? As it happens, it's Tama's fault. She tossed the suit away after taking it off, allowing the assassin to find it and use it to deceive the theater troupe and gain access to the storeroom. What else could have she known? Alright, so we'll go ahead and fix that really quick. And then we will end here for tonight.
That's a creepy. Like, oh god, seeing Tama with the blood, it's just oh shit, no.
Alright. Cat staying in the bag. Alright. And that is going to go fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So technically, there are 7 ones left, which we should, in theory, be able to finish up next time, along with maybe the final ending. Okay, I just need to save, my dude. We're back to normal. We are back to normal. All right. So next stream is Tuesday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, like normal. We'll be back on Phoenix Wright, Turnabout Beginnings, do our Mia case.
Oh yeah, I love that case. It's so fun. I've been having fun. I don't know about y'all, but like that kid's fun.
I mean, baby Edgeworth is he's a tiny asshole.
A tiny asshole. God. Anyway,
but
yeah.
So we'll be back with that with Lemur on Tuesday and Thursday, and then probably Sunday we will try to finish this up.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep saying we're almost done, guys. We are almost done. Almost.
And it never happened.
Yeah, you know, we're just going to stay on this game forever. So we will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good night. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Be safe. Get vaccinated if you can. And we'll see you guys in a couple days.
Bye.
Good night, all.
Yes, Bradworth.